Hello, I'm Laura. It's August 30th, 2025, and these are the Saturday Heartlines. On Saturday, we look back at the week that has just passed, its theme and its topics. And the theme this past week has been Everyday Miracles. And we're going to look at the topics to see what they tell us as a whole group. So, here we go. Starting Sunday, we looked at the theme of everyday miracles and the miracle of being kind with an example from Judge Frank Caprio, who was a judge known as the nicest judge in the world because of the compassion he showed to the people who came before him. He put compassion over the legal details so that they could actually do what was best within the law for themselves and their families. And he passed away, and we were honoring his life. Monday, we looked at the miracle of Bernie Sanders in the United States, the senator from Vermont, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, both coming together on an issue. Bernie's on the far left and Marjorie's on the far right of the politics in the United States. And they came together on a very important issue to all of us, and that is calling for a ceasefire in Gaza so that aid can get in where it is needed for the children and the families there. So we looked at how compassion can build bridges. On Tuesday, I shared about the morning glories on our back porch, which despite my trying to cut them back have continued to grow until they are making the whole back porch look beautiful every morning, complete with hummingbirds flying around the blossoms. And I looked at the indelible spirit that we all have within us and how that has actually shown up in Kilmar Abrego Garcia, as he has been shipped off to El Salvador, sent back to the United States, placed under arrest, and back to his family and looking at deportation again. Now, right now, a federal judge has put a stop to his being deported any further, but there are still appeals courts, so that saga continues. So our hearts go out to Kilmar Abrego Garcia, and they are also inspired by his indelible spirit. On Wednesday, we looked at a winning attitude toward losing and how our losses in life, when we fail or fall flat on our face, are actually our greatest teachers when we take them to heart and look at them from a perspective of what we can learn from them. And we looked at the example of Venus Williams because she had just lost a match to Karolina Muchova. And in doing so, she had a beautiful and touching attitude. She said she did not feel like she lost because she knew that she could play more healthy at age 45, playing in the US Open. And she had a sense of what it was to be free in expressing who she was. What a touching tribute to what we can learn from all of life's ups and downs. On Thursday, we simply held a prayer vigil, a silent prayer vigil, for the children of Annunciation Parish in Minneapolis after the tragic shooting that took place this past week, because prayer does have power and it gets up underneath our actions and moves us forward into them. On Friday, we looked at putting prayer into action, because thoughts and prayers are wonderful, but as people said after the incident in Minneapolis, If you stop there, where are we? We don't get anywhere. So thoughts, prayers, and actions all work together for a more peaceful world. So have those special thoughts and visions, those special prayers of compassion and love, and then do something. And that brings us up to today. What is there to look at as a whole week? We look for the everyday miracles, and we can keep on doing this even though the theme is passing. The opportunity to look for everyday miracles is not. And as we look for the everyday miracles in easy times and in difficult times, they can keep us going in life by awakening our indelible and invincible spirits of love, kindness, and compassion. So we are going to awaken, each of us, that spirit within right now as we take a deep breath and close our eyes and hold to this special thought. I am awake to love, kindness, and compassion, and I celebrate the everyday miracles of life. I am awake to love, kindness, and compassion, and I celebrate the everyday miracles of life. And so it is. So look for those everyday miracles. And remember, love always has a way of showing up. As a follow-up to a story from a couple of weeks ago, millions of people all over the world now know that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are engaged, and their love story is continuing. But you know what? Love shows up in many ways, as my cat often joins me when I am making these Heartlines. And where is love in your life? Where are the miracles in your life? Keep on looking and have a wonderful day.